Hello, friends, and my sweet little children. Welcome back to the series of Lord Sri Krishna stories. In the previous story, we heard about destruction of Sankachuda by Lord Sri Krishna. If you had listened to the previous story, you text in the comments that who is the father of Sankachuda. Coming to today's story, the moon lights the world and Krishna lights the hearts. It was the spring season. The nights were fragrant with the perfume of jasmines. The moon flooded the whole landscape with his cool and gentle light. Nature was all smiles. Krishna, with flute in his hand, went on such a night for a stroll on the banks of his favorite Yamuna. Krishna stood on the silvery sands and applying his coral lips to the flute played on it gently at a low pitch. But he felt that it was not adequate for the atmosphere. His fingers moved to the Panchama Shruti, the highest pitch, and a sonorous sound came out of the flute, filling every quarter. The enchanting notes of music reached the faraway houses of Vrindavan. The cows stood still, charmed by the music of flute. Hearing it, the hearts of gopis, who were constantly thinking of Krishna, were throbbing. It was irresistible. Each one of them wanted to run to the place from where the sound came. They had already become one with Krishna in their thoughts. The devotee longs to merge in the Lord. What could hold back these ardent devotees of Krishna? They rushed out of their houses and ran fast towards the bank of Yamuna. One was tending the cow when she heard the divine flute, and she left the cow as it was, dropped the vessel which was in her hand, and rushed out of the house. Some others were warming the milk for their children. Leaving the milk to boil over, they too ran to the river bank. One woman left the pot with the rice boiling on the oven and did not bother about what happened to it. The women forgot their husbands, children, and parents. The only desire in their minds was to reach Krishna. The people at home questioned and tried to stop them. But who can stem the divine tide? However, some were forcefully restrained by the ignorant people at home. But can they stop them from worshipping mentally? These women closed their eyes and thought of Krishna. They went into deep trance and became one with Krishna. What more blessed thing does a devotee desire? Krishna saw all the gopis rushing towards him, lost in the music of his magic flute. Krishna looked at them and spoke sweetly but chidingly. He said, "Why have you all come to this forest at this time of night? Is it to enjoy the moonlight? There may be wild animals prowling about. Please go back to your homes. Your kinsfolk will be angry with you. Go back before their anger swells up." It was too much for the gopis. This was not what they had expected from their beloved Lord. Tears began to flow from their eyes. One of them said, "Krishna, it is unbecoming of you that you should talk like this. We gain no happiness from home or husbands or children or anything else. We do not know why, but we have great longing for you. It is just impossible to remain separate from you. We prefer drowning ourselves in the Yamuna. People say you are God. We do not understand such things. All we understand is that we love you from the bottom of our hearts, and we love neither our children nor parents nor husbands in that way. Our eyes seek only for a sight of you. Our ears hear nothing but the music of your anklets when you walk. This is not love which we have developed only today. Do you not know how we were fondling you right from your birth? Our hearts are aching for a smiling look from your eyes, for your music, for an embrace from you to satisfy our longing. Please have compassion on us and accept our love." Krishna, the Lord who fulfills the desires of every devotee, did not want to disappoint these simple-minded gopis. He could assume any form. He was ever ready to do anything for his devotees. Now, as Krishna, he sang and danced with them. Every gopi had one Krishna to dance with. There were as many Krishnas as gopis, but only one Krishna was visible to each gopi. Krishna played with all the gopis. Their joy knew no bounds. Each gopi was feeling that Krishna loved her most and felt proud in her heart. So Krishna wanted to teach them a lesson. He suddenly disappeared from the scene. The gopis, noticing that Krishna had suddenly vanished from their midst, became highly distressed. The separation was too much for them. With tears in their eyes and with sobs punctuating their words, they sang the praises of Krishna and prayed to him to come back to them. They prayed and prayed with tears coursing down their cheeks. They felt that without Krishna they would stop breathing. They talked at the top of their voice, singing and raving in their intense longing to meet Krishna. Then suddenly Krishna reappeared with a smile. He was dressed in his favorite yellow silk, with a garland of wild flowers round his neck, with the fish shaped earrings glinting in the moonlight, and with the peacock feather dancing amidst his lovely curls. The joy of gopis knew no bounds. They fell at his feet and held them tight to their hearts. Again they sang and danced. None of them was aware how the time passed. Krishna took them to the Yamuna and suggested that they should perform the rasa dance. The gopis stood in a circle, and between every two gopis was found a Krishna. Each one thought that he was holding only her hand. They all sang and danced together. Why did Krishna encourage them to perform such a dance? He wanted to please the gopis who were devoted to him. The bliss they got through the dance was the utmost realization of bhakti that could be experienced. The long, long night came to an end. Krishna persuaded the unwilling gopis to go home. And when they returned home with fear in mind, they were surprised that no one blamed them for staying away the whole night. It was because Krishna had, by his yogic power, made all the people at home unaware of the absence of the gopis. Glory to Krishna and to his compassion towards the devotees. In the coming story, we will listen how Krishna kills Arishtasura. Om Shri Krishna Parabrahmanyai Namaha. Om Shri Krishna Parabrahmanyai Namaha. Om Shri Krishna Parabrahmanyai Namaha.